Okay, so I've been in Copenhagen now for about 2 hours, and this is a weird city. Really weird. I don't know how I feel about it. Just the vibes I'm getting. I'm told it's the happiest country, but I'm not seeing it at all. I feel like people are grumpy. I don't like the vibe as of right now. Maybe that will change. My early impressions of Copenhagen, not good. And you know how much I travel and how I love literally like everywhere I go. So, I still have 3 full days here, so that could change. But yeah, as of right now, this is a weird city. When you're going down the walking pavilion around dinner time, it is mobbed. People everywhere. It's so overcrowded, but the thing is, it's all tourists in this one area. So if you don't like touristy things, stay away from here at dinner time. I'm at a loss for words at how many people are here right now. They're all tourists. Copenhagen has had a boom with that recently, and it's driving up prices a lot. And yeah, walking through here, it feels overcrowded. I don't think I've seen anything like this before. I really haven't. Even in huge cities like Paris and London, no, it doesn't feel like this. It doesn't feel like this city is ready for the amount of people that it has been having an influx in. Okay, so it's day 2 now in Copenhagen, and hot take, but I'm still not impressed with the city. I feel like it may be the most overrated city in Europe. I still have some time left, so my thoughts can change. But as of right now, that's what I'm feeling, honestly. I also wouldn't recommend finding a restaurant that is directly along this path, because I ate one last night, and it was massively overpriced. Literally walk like 3 blocks either to the left or to the right, and there you're no longer in the crazy overrun tourist area, so prices are going to be somewhat better. And when I say that it's overcrowded and overrun with tourists, it really is. I mean, I haven't said this about any other city before. This place, it's just mobbed. You feel like confined, that like everyone's on top of you. And keep in mind, I am from New York, and I'm saying that this city just isn't built for the tourism that it has had within recent years. Copenhagen has boomed. It's become the place to be, especially amongst American and Western European travelers. So the city is not ready for this. You see the massive rise in protests against tourism. You see it in Barcelona, how that has started to pick up. People want legislation to restrict tourists. In Venice, they just implemented a tourist tax. I can see this is one of the cities that may need something like that. And you may ask, why in the world is tourism bad? Well, here's the thing. So they come and, of course, yeah, they bring their money, but it becomes overcrowded, which leads to higher rent, which leads to higher food costs, which leads to higher clothing costs, everything, because now the shops are trying to cater to the tourists instead of the locals, and it just spirals out of control. All of a sudden, the locals cannot afford what they were able to before, and that increases homelessness in the city, and it just becomes a massive, massive problem. Because of Danish politics and how their economic system is, I don't know if that means they're better suited to handle the potential problems that come with this boom, or if that means that they are worse off, that thinking because they have more socialist aspects that they might not really be able to cover all the costs that they are incurring from them. I don't know. It'll be interesting to follow what Copenhagen does moving forward. And before we go on to the next segment, I gotta tell you, the best day trip that you can do is going across the border to Malmö, Sweden. I was just there, and I love that city so much. So also, I have a video on that, so check that out. And last thing related to tourism, so Malmö, literally across the water in Sweden, is the fastest growing Swedish city, and a lot of it has to do with people who used to live in Copenhagen that cannot afford to live here anymore. So they have to go across the border, live in Sweden. A lot of them still work in Copenhagen, so they take the train every single day, which is about 30 to 45 minutes depending on where in both cities you either live and have to work. But yeah, Malmö's rising increasingly because of the cost of living issue here. I am at this very big market that has everything that you can get to eat. It has all of these fresh meats from the butcher. You have seafood, that you have the fish fresh right on display, and you have these stands literally right behind me, like the Japanese one that you can order, and you sit at stand, and it's huge. It goes all the way down. You have probably like 25, 30 different sellers, different stands, maybe even more. You have one main hall, and then you have an outside portion where there are tables for you to eat, but there are also stands for fruits, vegetables, and different other goods, even things selling like stoves, pots, and more. And then there's a second building that has the exact same things where they're selling all these fresh meats. It is a large market hall. It's overall such a fun atmosphere. Everybody walking through, seeing all the different foods, buying it. And what's cool is that this isn't just a tourist place. It's mainly a lot of locals who are coming here and actually grocery shopping for themselves. It's very gourmet. In terms of price, things are expensive, which makes sense because it's a gourmet market in a very expensive city. Think of what you would pay in a regular supermarket, well, triple the price, and that's what you're going to be paying here. And not much more to say. You know, it's a great market, so definitely come here, especially because Copenhagen is so touristy everywhere you go. This gets you a little bit out of the mainstream tourist things. The main pedestrian area is Frederiksberg. Here you'll find that regular pedestrian street where you can just walk down with all of the shops. There are designer shops. You can hear someone behind me is playing some street music, which is great. And you have some high-end stores. Louis Vuitton is here. Of course, you have some central squares and restaurants. So yeah, it's like every other European one. You know, it's enjoyable to walk down. If you love to shop, this is the place that you really need to go. This is the spot that you are going to find all of those trendy clothes that you think of when you think of Copenhagen. And there are really cool stores as well. And what I was referring to about how you just get on some plazas, look right here, how you have that area there. We continue down behind this dumpster. Then it continues. But also, my biggest takeaway, this pavilion area, Frederiksberg, is just completely overrun by tourists. There are no locals. The pedestrian area is large, not just one street, but multiple. There are so many of them. I don't know what the total area of it is, but just by rough estimates, I'm guessing like 7 blocks by 3 blocks. And yeah, no matter where I go, I cannot get away from the packedness of everyone being on top of each other. If you have flexibility on when you can travel here, honestly, don't come during the middle of the summer months, July, August. Wait until probably September, because that's when the weather's still good enough. And by then, all the tourists have gone back to school and work, so it's a little more empty. Right now, it is evening time, and I am chilling right alongside the Nyhavn area. And this is so lovely because it's outside of the regular touristy stuff. They have all retreated back into the inner city, and it's so peaceful right now. We have a boat to my right and a boat to my left, 2 of them actually, but these are actually bars and restaurants that are on top of the boat, and that's so cool how they're docked. And just being able to look at the scenery, and there's a bridge now that I'm gonna go across. This whole trip, I've been thinking that Copenhagen is overrun with tourists and it's causing a mess, but you just need to find some of the hidden gems, find some of the hidden secrets to get away from that, get some peace. And yeah, right along here this is why people love this city so much.